So as a segue to that, Shelley, you are somebody that does a lot more direct advocacy than probably all of the rest of us. And I'm wondering if you could talk about the direct advocacy work that you do under that direct services umbrella.
Sure. Thanks, Michael. One of the things that I love most about my job is the connection to individuals who reach out to Forge for support. I have the opportunity to interact with trans and non-binary survivors, other folks from our community, youth in our community, parents of trans folks, friends, loved ones of trans folks, lots and lots of people who may be seeking some support for a whole range of needs in their lives or in the lives of someone that they care about. And I spend a lot of time, mostly on the phone, particularly in the last year or so, because of the pandemic, doing a lot of listening about people's life experiences. And it is a real privilege for me that folks are willing to be, in some cases, vulnerable in a way that may not be all that comfortable to reach out to a stranger for a whole range of support. And so I'm sometimes hard pressed to describe the kind of one-on-one individual direct services that Forge provides, because from my perspective, the service we provide is basically whatever service we're literally able to provide. I think one of the things that Forge does really well and that I feel is valued in the individual direct service work I do is really taking the time and applying the resources to really serving people in their wholeness as their whole selves, without regard to sort of what bucket of need or needed service or funding priority, trying to sort of parse people's needs or experiences in a way that isn't natural to kind of make them fit into a service model. I appreciate that I seem to have the flexibility to try to engage people in a way that lets them just be whole and human and try to communicate what they need. And from that point, I mean, after doing a lot of listening, I then feel like it's my job to say, okay, here are places where I'm capable, or Forge has resources or capacity to support you or to provide services. And in those places where we don't, I'm going to work as hard as I can to try to get you connected to somebody who can help you, and hopefully without doing things like sending people down the kind of referral rabbit hole, which we know a lot of people experience in seeking services, that you just keep making phone calls and you keep getting told, well, that's not exactly what we do, or I can't exactly help you with that, here, call somebody else. So one of the things that I like is that I really feel like I have the opportunity here to really connect with people at whatever level they want to connect with somebody, to provide a listening ear and provide support, with some understanding of what it feels like to be transgender or gender nonconforming, or just in that space in some way, in a queer space, in a queer identity, so that folks don't have to do things like get on the phone with us and start trying to explain who they are. Like, we know who people are, and I think we know how to listen, and we know how to be accepting and really embracing of people who reach out to us for help. So I think the way that we do our individual direct service feels about as good to me as I think it can. I work very hard to try to help people not only kind of identify where it is they might need some support, but then to really connect to that support, whether ultimately it's from Forge or from elsewhere.